Hello everyone, welcome back to Survivor Talks with Mike. Today we'll be covering Survivor 43, Episode 5. Let's jump right into the recap. We start at Coco, where they return from Tribal Council. Cassidy wants to know who voted for her, and Gio comes forward and they talk about it for a little bit. Gio ends up being a little bit confused as to who voted against him, thinking that Cassidy voted against him and somehow Lindsay voted for herself or something. It was a weird thought that he had there anyways. We then move to Bacca, where Janine and Ellie are looking for the idol, and Janine manages to find it covered in ants. Owen walks up on her and Ellie talking about it and not wanting to tell Owen about it, so now they have to share that information with him. Owen thinks working with them is better than working with Gabler, since he's a bit of a wild card anyways. Ellie then goes and tells Sammy about it, but Sammy doesn't want to work with them. He's wanting to work with Owen and Gabler. Janine says that she's making a bracelet and wants a bead from each player in the tribe, and it works to get all of their beads, and she now has an idol. Sammy then goes and tells Gabler exactly what he's just done by giving her an idol, and Gabler feels a little bit embarrassed about having done that. We then go to the immunity challenge already. This was only about 20 minutes into the episode, and we're already at the immunity challenge, or we were already done the immunity challenge 20 minutes into it, I should say. Vesey finishes first, with Noelle looking very impressive, getting through the obstacle course on one leg, and they get a large tarp. Bacca finishes second, leaving Coco in third. Vesey gets to choose who is going on a trip. Gio goes for Coco, Janine for Bacca, and Jesse for Vesey. Ryan says to us that he threw the challenge to vote out Cassidy, but I don't entirely buy it. They did pretty well through most of the challenge, and then on the ball rolling part, that's something that I feel like Ryan's not that great at, is precision challenges. We've seen it in the past with him throwing the bags at the blocks and having a tough time knocking them all down. He still came close on this one, so I don't think he was throwing it. We then go to Coco, where Ryan feels comfortable and tells James to throw his name out there to Cassidy, but really they will be blindsiding her. Cassidy, James, and Carla all go along with it, but are really going to vote out Ryan. We then go over to Risky Rock, where they have to row to a spit of land in the water. Gio feels safe, but is trying to sell the idea that he isn't safe and needs to risk his vote. Janine and Jesse both don't really buy it, and they all take the risk. We then go over to Vesey, where Jesse returns and is honest with his tribe. He opens it in front of them, and he didn't get the advantage and lost his vote at the next tribal council. At Bacca, Janine checks on her own first, and she lost her vote, but then goes and opens it with the rest of the tribe so that they all know. We then go to Coco, where Gio tells the tribe that he didn't risk his vote, but he then takes Carla aside and tells her actually that he did risk it, and he got the knowledge is power advantage. Carla doesn't like him having that advantage while she has the idol, so they switch the vote over to Gio, though Cassidy doesn't really like it since her name is out there, and she prefers the safe vote of Ryan. We then go to Tribal Council, where Ryan is really milking himself being the vote out. I think there was a weird cut in the editing where James got cut off mid-sentence. Carla also has a weird moment where she pauses for a long time before answering a question. They then go to vote, and Gio is voted out 3-2, blindsiding Ryan. My thoughts on Gio: he seems like a really nice guy with a great story, but he was not good at Survivor. Nobody bought his lies. He thought he was running his tribe when he was at the bottom the entire time. Just really a poor showing for him. My review for this episode surprised me since we got through the immunity challenge so early. I thought that there was going to be either a second tribal council or something really crazy was going to happen, but it was just Gio voted out like I expected for a while now. It is great that this episode had the knowledge is power immediately removed, so hopefully they don't bring it back now for the rest of the season. Otherwise, mostly just a standard episode. I give episode 5 a score of 7 out of 10. My predictions going forward: I still think that the alliance of Carla, James, and Cassidy are doing great, and from Coco, I just can't see Ryan winning at this point. On the Vesey tribe, I feel like the only player who could win at this point is Jesse, because he's the only one we consistently hear from. This episode also changes my perspective of the the Baka tribe, because I thought they were teeing up for them to have an explosive tribal council for weeks now, but they just keep winning. This puts everyone in their tribe in a much better position, having made it to what seems to be the merge. Next episode could be the merge, though I do have a slight thought in the back of my mind that it could be just merging down to 2 tribes for 1 or 2 tribal councils before the full merge. That's all I got for this one. I hope you like it. If you did, hit like. If you want to see the next one, hit subscribe.